Stop bitching about Shawnee, just fuck her already.
That's that voice line I was talking about earlier, but Saints Row 2 episode 8. 8 8. God, I hate being reversed. Anyway, we have 44 out of 45 neighborhoods. At least that's what it says, even though this is 5 neighborhoods right here. We finished off the Sons of Samdi. We kicked the Ronin out of town. We killed the Brotherhood. And all that's left is, it looks like, Ultor. So, let's see. I believe the game's going to be done today. Got 15 bars of respect again, because I went around, I bought every single store that we can. I bought every single crib that we can. I pimped them all out, so we're getting like an extra 40% respect per mission. And then I needed a little money, and instead of just AFKing for 30 minutes, I did another Septic Avenger. I will try Fight Club, I will try Demolition Derby, and I will try Crowd Control just to see what the new ones that were added to Saints Row 2 are. Because I've never played any of those 3 side missions, and you know, you gotta get the full experience, but they won't be for respect, they'll be for fun. Whatever, let's see what Ultor's got.
As many of you know, the restoration of Saints Row is a tremendous success, but that was just the beginning of what Ultor has in mind for Stillwater. This is Shivington. Once a pristine set of tenement homes, this neighborhood has devolved into a dangerous ghetto filled with undesirables such as these. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, ugly buildings, unwashed masses, what the hell is Ultor thinking? My friends, we are thinking about the future. Picture this, glass towers, clean streets, and no one below the poverty line trying to wash your car. Impossible? For a lesser company, maybe. Now, I'm not here to make idle promises or vague predictions. No offense to all of you politicians out there. No, I'm here to show you how we're going to do it. Now, obviously, before we can remodel Shivington, we need to own the land. So how do we do that? By directing the gangs towards Sunnyvale. Not only are we lowering the number of our detractors, we are lowering the property value as well, which means when we buy the land, the savings get passed on to you, the stockholders. The gangs cripple each other. We direct funds to the Stillwater Police Department, they increase police presence, and pretty soon, all those nasty little gangbangers are gone. Crime stops, property value goes up, and now your population looks like this.
Alright, now the boss kicks down the door, right? Oh. That was it? It was just a cutscene? Oh, now we gotta go back to the house. Alright. Wait, that's a grenade. Buddy, I killed the Sons of Samdi. I stomped the Ronin. And you think you're gonna come up to me? Alright, Ultor mission.
The target's in position. Bring in the Mosako team.
Get body shielded.
This could be going better.
Alright guys, let's do this. You know what I don't get? Why is the boss always going to strip clubs? Like, every single crib we have doesn't have just 50 strippers chilling in it. We gotta thin out Ultor's ranks one man at a time, so I'm gonna kill everyone. And you know, money is an object to us. We'll go out the back. There was no... I pressed E.
Hey, you got a second?
Little busy, Gat.
Yes? Well, I got a couple APCs trying to run my ass down. Listen, if they're coming for us, you can bet your ass they're gunning for Pierce and Shawnee, too. You gotta go check on them.
I'll take care of it.
Don't worry, Pearson Shandy, I've got a freaking APC of my own. Oh. Don't worry, Pierce. I like how Gat wasn't calling for help. He was like, hey, the other two ain't gonna be able to handle this like we are, so you gotta go help them out. Shandy, no offense, I just went to whoever was closer.
You got some amazing time.
We got a new APC. Johnny, get in the car! Oh, she jacked the car? Alright.
I liked Ultor a lot more when they just made clothes.
What you do to piss these guys off?
Fuck if I know.
Yo, I signed on for killing gangbangers, not fighting some SWAT team from hell.
Don't worry about it, Pierce. We'll take care of it.
The fuck you mean don't worry about it? These guys are packing space age shit.
Hey, Shondi, you date anyone who worked at a place called the Pyramid?
No.
For real?
All right. You two find out whatever you can about this place. I want to take these assholes apart.
That was a good one. That was fun. Do I get the final neighborhood? No, I don't. Alright, there's still one neighborhood left. Get it.
Is this the pyramid?
Yeah. Ultor's built a huge R&D facility underneath Mount Claflin.
Let me guess. They aren't developing a better bread box.
Honestly, they probably are. They're just, you know, developing guns and body armor, too.
Why is Ultor gunning for us?
It doesn't matter. Here's the plan. Pierce and Shondi, I want the two of you to hit the streets and take out as much Ultor property as you can. If Ultor wants to come after us, fine. But we're gonna make it fucking cost them. Gat, you and I are gonna hit the pyramid.
What, we don't get to blow shit up in public?
Fine. We can do some damage street side, but we've got to be quick. I don't want to give Ultor any more of a heads up than we have to.
Wait, we don't get to blow stuff up? Oh, we're taking my car, Gat. We're not taking your... Aw. We don't actually get Gat. I was so excited, too. Every time it's a mission with Gat, I'm, like, so happy about it. Raise your Ultor notoriety to 4 stars. What even is Ultor notoriety? Oh. Is that just if you commit crime here, you get Ultor instead of cops? Nope.
Sometimes when you see a gangbanger in trouble, you know only a velocitologist can save them.
Velocitologist. Use the secret entrance. No. Now try. Oh. What's up, buddy?
Listen, I may be married, but I'd like to make you an offer.
So you smell like the gym.
Anyone else want to play? You picked the wrong day to mess with me.
Please don't be a timer. Please. Okay, thank God. You're the Saints guy. It's me, John Saints. Did we make it? So go down. I would love to take this. Up in your gut.
Come on, you gonna try to drive
Oh,
through everything?
They hate it when you...
Dane, while your project has been yielding positive results, the board is a little concerned.
I don't understand.
The Saints are out of control.
That was the point.
When you budgeted funds for force majeure, we didn't realize compromising the pyramid was what you had in mind.
We're dealing with violent criminals. Are you really surprised they might do something, I don't know, violent? The pyramid was not going to last forever. It's better to spin this now when we are the victims than when Channel 6 does an undercover expose.
Dane, fix the problem.
Okay, maybe I'm being too obtuse. Let me try this again. There is no problem.
We've had enough of your ego.
My ego is what got you this far.
Finish off the Saints, or being fired is the least of your worries.
Is that all?
Take care of this, Dane.
Of course I will.
The pyramid exposed. Man, I hope nothing bad happens to Dane Vogel. Ooh, we got the APC. The pimp cane. We're picking that up ASAP. Huh? Where's my pimp cane? Minigun. Yeah, what the heck? It counts as a shotgun? Does he actually... That's awesome. Alright, how much money is in our stash? Spawn now, and boom! Ultor mission.
What's this?
Don't know. I found it here and it was addressed to you.
It's a bomb.
Looking to crash your party?
Thinking about it.
Well, your history with boats is pretty solid, so, this seems like a good idea. I think I'm gonna go find Sean.
Good idea.
Don't you care who sent it?
Nope.
But it's probably a trap.
Yep.
If the boss does one thing, it's actively walk into traps. The, what is it? The Septic Avenger mission that I did off screen was, it was Mayor Hughes' ex-wife, and when we met her, it was in like an alleyway. Excuse me. It was in an alleyway, and our guy, the playa, the boss, us, whatever you want to call him, goes, "Nice office you got here," and she goes, "It's better than a boat, isn't it?" And he's like, But yeah, she was mad at Ultor because rebuilding Saints Row was originally the Hughes initiative, and then it was the Ultor Hughes initiative, and now everyone knows it as the Ultor initiative. Drunk driver, I pop tires. But yeah, so that was like the only thing we did. I thought it was funny because after we talked to her, the person that helps us with the mission was some French mime. She had a bunch of good lines, but he's fine. You guys like my pimp cane? I'm saying Dane sent us this so that we would kill everyone that was on the board, and then it's just him and he's at the top. That's my prediction. It doesn't seem like a very far-fetched prediction, but it's mine. Yep, 100%. Y'all are getting pimp caned. This thing rocks. Yeah, this was totally Dane baiting us into killing the rest of the execs, and honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if the boat explodes at the end of this. Oh. He wasn't T-posing, but he was doing the other default. Is there a hooker in here? No, he was actually just in here by himself. No survivors! I was thinking the same thing, buddy. God, I love the default stance. Get to the speedboat. Sounds good, boss. You're dead. I love when there's a chase and I can just catch them right away. Done. Yep, Dane. Called it. If you've watched Hunter x Hunter, you know what scene I'm thinking of right now.
Mr. Vogel, will you be needing a car to take you to the party?
It's on a boat.
Sir?
Oh, that's alright, Jamie. I think I'm gonna skip it this year. Oh, and Jamie?
Yes, sir?
Please move my things to my new office and set up a press conference.
You were promoted, Mr. Vogel?
I'm about to be.
It was a very low-hanging guess, but I still guessed it. Enjoy surprise retirement. Aw. I love that reload. Let's go.
I got a tip that a bunch of Ultor execs are meeting up at the Round Square Shopping Center today. They're being escorted around by Ultor security, but taking them out shouldn't be too hard. Now let's remind these fuckers who they're dealing with.
Leather and lace.
You want me to fuck you up?
Give me my pimp cane. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Sniper. Dude, this gun is what the 12 the 12 gauge was in the original game. They nerfed the 12 gauge so that the pimp cane could rise. Escape, huh? Man, I bet I'm supposed to take this epic jump right here. Why do I hear a helicopter? Double rocket launcher right there at the end. 10% off on first-degree murders. Two missions, probably. Maybe one. Maybe this is the last mission.
You in position, Johnny?
Oh, yeah.
Just make sure I get to Vogel.
As most of you know, the Ultor board of directors were assassinated the other night, and while we at Ultor would like to take the time to mourn their passing, sadly that's a luxury we don't have. The corporate office has named me chairman, and I wanted to personally let you all know, not only will business continue as usual,
no,
we will be taking even greater strides forward. Monica Hughes has graciously greenlit a project that's very dear to us at Ultor,
no.
the revitalization of Shivington. In the coming days...
Mr. Vogel, come with us.
How are you missing the shots? Oh, that's heavily concussed, broken neck. I'm not gonna shoot you, little Asian guy. Honestly, if I would have known they weren't moving, I would have probably shot my rocket launcher at it a couple times. Uh-oh, Vogel, looks like your armored limo is literally just driving in a useless-ass square. He ain't heading nowhere, buddy. Do I even have to shoot it anymore? Like, yeah, they're just going. Why'd I even have to shoot it? Damn, look at that thing.
You killed that asshole Vogel yet?
Nah, not yet. He's got a Phillips building in lockdown. I don't know how to get in.
The security station's all over the outside of that thing. You take a helicopter and blow those things up, you'll crash their security.
I've never actually seen the flashbang animation on myself. I've only flashbanged other people. Is seeable. Let's just blow it up. Dude, I cannot see this other helicopter. Just near it. Just near the top. Alright, Vogel, I have suffered greatly to get up here. I figured there would be like some dialogue or something. Uh-oh, Vogel. Looks like you got a pistol and a pantsuit. See you in 3 games, pal.
All right, let's not be too hasty here. You're upset, you're frustrated, and you've got a gun, which you know I'd really like it if you would put that away.
You should have thought of that before you sent a team to wipe out my gang.
I tried telling the board that going after the Saints was a big mistake.
They should have listened to you.
Believe me, right now I am agreeing with you 100%, but you have to look at the positives. You're alive, they're dead, and you have the Saints' #1 fan running
Oh my god, dude. That's everything. And I mean everything the Tanya Fallen Saints Row 1 should have been. How?
We missed it?
Told ya. Now pay up.
Where the fuck were you guys?
Traffic.
What?
He's not joking. The roads have been blocked off.
You see Gad out there?
Oh, he's fine. He's still out there killing cops.
Figures.
What is it?
He's stunned. Time to pull out of there.
You sure? Get the fuck off of me! I mean, I'm not running out of ammo anytime soon.
I'm sure. See you back home.
Later.
Who you calling now?
Our ride.
Yo, can this please be Can this please be the drug trafficker? Yes! Yes!
Welcome aboard.
Gad.
So what do we do now?
This is our city. We do whatever the fuck we want.
The second he said we're calling our ride, I was like, please be the drug trafficker. Please. Because he's the only drug trafficking I did in my Saints Row 1 playthrough this time around. Last time around, I did him and the lady who turned out to be his girlfriend / wife. Excuse me. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy about it. I love callbacks. I love when they bring a character back, like Mr. Wong for the Ronin. Like, even though they didn't set that up, I loved it so much because I was like, it's Mr. Wong and it's his translator. It's his translator, and the translator's got like the cane now, which was because Mr. Wong shot him in the knee. Donnie, Donnie was okay. I feel like you could have done without Donnie. You could have just let him go away instead of having him brought into another gang. But it's like, you know, whatever. He was fine, but I really like the other three. The three were so good. This game, okay. This game unmodded was really tough because, like, there were certain points that would just crash. There were certain things that would make it crash. There was, like, even playing normally, you would crash like every 30 minutes, 45 if you're lucky. But like I said, I tried to download mods for it. I read this one guide that was literally from 2 months ago. 2 months. And this guy was like, hey, I've been playing this game for a decade. I love it. These are the mods I found that make it the most stable, the least likely to crash. Like, the best possible experience. And like I tried downloading all that and I couldn't even get my game to work. And I was reading the comments and one guy was like, "Hey, one that you should add is this because this thing majorly reduced crashes for me, majorly increased stability for me, and it like fixed cutscenes and bugs." If you watch the whole series, you'll notice before I modded it, pretty much in every cutscene, if they were holding a phone, holding a gun, holding a joint, a stoogie, a blunt, whatever you want to call it, if they were holding that, it was like, here's my hand and here's the item. Like, it was always off kilter. But once we modded it, I noticed that once, and like I said, the 8 mods didn't work, so I downloaded the one. It was the Saints Row Juiced, I believe that's what it was called. I'd have to look it up. When I do the review, I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna put it in there so that if you play this, you can just enjoy it. Because after I downloaded it, I don't think I had one crash. I don't think I had one time where the game just crashed. You could see every time a cutscene started and it does that abrupt cut to black, like, I like tense up because I'm assuming it's gonna crash again, but it didn't. And that was, we modded it before we killed Sunshine. Before Sunshine had his ear cut off. Like, we modded it before we even got halfway through the first gang, and for the next 2.5 gangs, I'm gonna call it a full 3, 'cause the second half of Somdi, the Ultor, like, no crashes, no problems. We still did keep the settings relatively low. I didn't mess with that too much. There was a lot of settings we just flat out turned off. I'm sure you could make the game look better and deal with some crashes, but I was like, you know what? Junichi. Why is Junichi the first person on the actors? Yeah, Shandi, Jessica, Dane, Bobo. It's so weird. Like, it's not really the list you think you would see for characters, but I guess it makes sense. I expected the player. This is one thing I like about Saints Row. It's not the player, it's the playa. But no, after we downloaded that one mod, this game was so fun. It was so enjoyable. I think I finished it in probably like 3 sessions. Because I'd play like 2 hours of content that'll be trimmed down to an episode, and I would do like 2 of those. So yeah, I think it was in like 3 sittings we just cooked out the game. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just like not breathing. I'm just too excited to talk about the game, but like I said, I will play the other activities that I never got to. We'll see what they were like before I do my thoughts and review video. I know everyone's very interested in all the thoughts and reviews I give out of the games I've played, but you know, I think I've said it before, but this game fixed almost every complaint I had about Saints Row 1. Because in Saints Row 1, I was like, the cops are too cracked, you have to pay for a full gun to get ammo, I said cars and fire did too much damage, and that one's still kind of there, but I mean, it's cars and fire, it's gonna deal a lot of damage anyway, but still sucks. Getting T-boned is really easy. I feel like it's a little better in this game. You still do get T-boned, but the cops are way toned down. The FBI trucks are still really up there. Excuse me. But the regular cop cars are toned down to be reasonable. They added checkpoints. I don't really remember what else I complained about in Saints Row 1. I think it was mostly that we needed checkpoints, and checkpoints were just so big in this game. Because whenever I died, I don't know if I got gunned down once. I don't know if there was one time that I was shot to death. Maybe once, maybe twice, but it was very rare. If I died, it was from fall damage, fire, or something falling on me. Like, it's usually things that are not entirely in your control. So, it felt great for there to be checkpoints, for the ammo to be cheaper. They made style a lot more easily obtainable. They made money. They gave you a reason to go to the crib and pick up your money. And that was something I said in the first game. I was like, there's really no reason. Why would I go pick up the money? Why would I go to the crib? I don't need to. There's no benefit to me. But now it's like, hey, if you want extra money to get the extra style to buy more cribs for respawn locations, or buy the planes and boats that you're most likely not gonna get unless you bought those cribs where you can park those. Then it's like, okay, there's reason to do this. This incentivizes me to do this, because if I die while I'm running around, I'll respawn at a crib. Yeah, literally, this game did have also probably one of the best maps I've seen in a game similar to this. Like, there was a lot of variety in the maps, and there were so many buildings you could go in, and there was like stuff to do inside of them. Like, the museum had a whole thing on, like, no, that's the college. The university had like a whole plane exhibit. The Greek area had like a whole Colosseum or amphitheater and Pantheon you could go into. There was the nuclear power plant. You could go into the prison. You could go into the mall, and it had all the shops lining it. Like, literally, just you can upgrade your car. You can make your car more durable. Literally, all the complaints I had about the first one were very addressed in this game. I don't know what complaints I would really have about this game. I think it was a massive improvement. And I think this is also Saints Row kind of coming into its own. Because Saints Row 1 was definitely, I feel like, more focused on cars. And it just seemed it was more like about the driving, about the cars. Because like almost every mission, like your main reward is you get new cars. This one is more about your gang, because you can get customizations for your gang. You can get new cars for them. You can get new outfits, new taunts, new compliments, new fighting styles, and I like that a lot. It gives you the idea that we are actually building up the Saints. Rest in peace, Carlos, dude. I knew Carlos was gonna die. Like, the second we got to Carlos in the cutscene, I was like, this is gonna be a mercy killing. This is an old Yeller. I was like, yeah, you could bring him to the hospital and try to get like skin grafted onto him, but he's cooked. It's very unfortunate. I almost wish, like, obviously there's no way I could go back and wipe Saints Row 3 and 4 from my memory, but I feel like it would be nice too, because going into this, I was like, okay, Shawnee and Pierce and Shawnee and Pierce play the same positions in Saints Row 3, and I was like, I don't know Carlos. I've never heard of Carlos. I don't know a character named Carlos in Saints Row, purely from 3 and 4. And 4's whole thing was it was doing a lot of callbacks to Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2, because you get dialogue, you get voice lines, you get like these dialogue pickups from old characters. Like there's Benjamin King, there's Tanya, there's the Ronin guys, and it's all these people, and I was like, okay, I know this name. Like even Dane Vogel, I know him because of Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. Spoiler, if you've never played Gat Out of Hell, since we killed him in this game, he goes down to hell, and he gets really up there with Satan. He's like Satan's top guy. And it's kind of funny. But yeah, I do wish I could like not have that knowledge, but still at the same time, like I was like, I wish they gave Carlos a little more. I think it does make sense now that when you do the strongholds for the Brotherhood, it's usually either Shondi or Pierce, because they don't know the order you're going to do these missions in. So like if you just went straight through the missions until it forced you to do strongholds, you could have gotten to a part where Carlos has died in the story, but your stronghold is still, hey man, it's Carlos. We got in the university, and it's like, damn. Carlos is a real one. He got shivved for us. I like in loving memory of Chris Hofer Allen. How old is that? 28, 36 years old. I always make that joke when you're like killing someone in a game. It's like, imagine living a whole life and then you're facing the wrong way in the back. That's real for some people. Post-credit scene? Eric Griffin named new head of special projects. I wonder who that is. Back helicopter. You have enough respect to play more missions. I highly doubt there are any more missions, but let's check. Cribs, we have all the cribs. Stores, we already bought all the stores. I wish there was a symbol that showed you had already bought it, but we have them all. I don't think we can buy these because they're in white neighborhoods. Activities, in the end, we only did Septic Avenger, Heli Assault, Buzz, and then this one off screen for fun. We did do a race. Like I honestly had so much fun. I might do some of these like off screen before I do the thoughts and review, just to see what they're like. But strongholds, no strongholds. Missions, no missions. All right. Just for one last time, we're gonna go to the hideout. I'll go there, meet you guys in there. Alright, one last time. Just gonna check out the crib. We never did upgrade any other parts, which I think kinda sucks, but I guess you could say this first part is like a cover for like if someone comes in, it just still looks like an abandoned building. Yeah, it used to be so confusing to me. All these fake staircases that go nowhere. But now, it's doing his little jig. We got the elevator that brings us down. Fully pimped out bedroom. 180k. Let me pull up the pimp staff. We rebuilt, well, we tore down the old statue and rebuilt it for the Saints. I don't remember if this thing actually had progress as we went on, or if it was just like all done at once. Saint of all saints. And this little upstairs section. Let me hit the radio. The bedroom. Then we got all these areas just undone still. Like I said, I do wish eventually this area had been built out too, because like why did we clean out the whole place just to leave 90% of it as slums? But yeah, we got the full gang here hanging out. That door also leads out to garbage, but we got our office, and let me perch up here.
Quit breathing on them.
I'm gonna shoot you. We built up the Saints, and it's a beautiful thing. See what percent we ended at. 62, okay. Oh, that was for the autosave. I was like, okay. Whatever. Is this playtime? Damn, really? Alright, well, I guess it was a 13, 14-hour game. Phenomenal. I will probably put on more time before I do the thoughts and review, but... it was great. I can't wait for Saints Row 3, but... realistically, I'm not gonna do the same game 3 times in a row. Next will either be like Far Cry or Fallout 2, or maybe even The Witcher 2. I'm not a huge fan of The Witcher 2 the one time I played it, but The Witcher 2 was the first game I played on the show, on the channel, and Mafia was second, and I did Mafia 2 as the 5th game, so I feel like I do owe it to The Witcher 2, so I would expect one of those 3 games to be next, but that's going to do it for Saints Row 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope I'll see you in the next series. See you guys.